Alright, hello chat. How's it going? Hopefully well. Welcome back. Welcome to what will probably be just a boss rush today. I've gotten like all of the recent big obstacles out of the way. Like, Melania is dead. Let me think. We did the quest lines that have their own bosses locked behind them. So I don't have to worry about those anymore. Just generally, like, all the obstacles. Still a boss in Rot Lake. We'll get to all of it at some point or another. I don't know if I want to go directly back to Rot Lake. Fuck that place. This was ass. Like, actually terrible. But hello Mickle, hello Dreammaster, hello Finn. Speaking of Miss Marvel, anyone who's seen it, give me your thoughts. Because I'm curious to watch it. I've just heard very mixed things up to this point. And it's weird because, like, the mixed things are either, like, it's my favorite MCU show on Disney Plus so far, or this is, like, the worst thing the MCU has ever put out. Like, it has been that kind of, like, opposite opinions. Like, it's that kind of mixed things. But hello, Redneck, as well. Welcome back. Hold on, I'm just opening up the boss list, and I'm seeing... So, which one was the dragon that I just killed at the end of the quest line? Was that Adula? Ajula? It was. That was Ajula. Okay. So... Smaragd is the other one that's in Liurnia, so I already did that. Did kill the Godskin Noble on the bridge. I don't know why he's on the boss list. Honestly, because, like, yeah, he's a boss, but he didn't have a health bar on the bridge, I'm pretty sure. Miss Marvel is a great show with an amazing, unique style, but if you don't like campy teen comedies, then you won't enjoy it. Oh, okay. On a filmmaking level, it's amazing. Interesting. Because, yeah, I've heard such a mixed response. Where is this? Hello? Hold on, I don't think I've done this one. Oh, wait. Oh, wait, now that I get a better look... Okay, wait, I have done that one. Sorry, I'm, like... It's been a while since I've actually used the boss list. So, I'm kind of in that weird, awkward part of, like, figuring out what I have and haven't done on the list. Because I haven't used it in so many streams. Bridge Noble doesn't count as a boss? That's so weird, because they have him on this list. So, like, I opened the link to the location, and it had that bridge marked, and I was like, could have checked bosses off as you went. It's not like a tick box type list. It's literally just a list. With links to, with links to each of their wiki pages, so you can get, like, the map locations by clicking on their names. You beat Melania yet? Yes. I did do Melania yesterday. Fuck that bitch. Okay, so there's a couple of Knights Cavalry in Liurnia, and I don't know if I've done them. Because when I did do Liurnia, it was a bit ago. So there's one that spawns over here, and it has to be nighttime for Knights Cavalry, right? I feel like I haven't done this. But welcome back to Elden Ring Boss Rush, where I'm way too strong for all of these bosses that I'm about to just go and run through. Because instead of actually checking off every boss in each area as I went, I lost track and just kind of started going where I wanted to. So now I'm just gonna fucking plow, like, countless bosses in one solid string today, using the completely not overpowered whatsoever Rivers of Blood build. Yep, smile. Oh wait, it has to be nighttime, I'm dumb. Forgot to make it nighttime. Right, it has to be nighttime for Knights Cavalry, I think. But it was, like, complete RNG luck for Melania. Like, I actually got so lucky with her. I watched it back last night, too. And just... Like, she nearly wiped me with one of the, what's it called? Waterfowl dances. Like, she got me very close to dead, but I got the heals off afterwards. And then after that waterfowl at, like, the beginning of second phase, she just threw, like, nothing actually threatening. Like, no attacks that are, like, gonna just wipe me as soon as she throws them, like waterfowl and whatever that clone one was. The clone one, again, like, I don't know what happened with that move, because when I first started fighting her, like, maybe first 10 attempts, when she would throw the clone dance or whatever the fuck it was called, that's just what we were calling it, I don't know what it's actually called, when she would throw that, it would be like, I could dodge all of it. I would live every time, but then it killed me once, like maybe 10 or so attempts in. And ever since that point on, it killed me every time she threw it. Like, complete fair fight, true. I love that I just ran up, tanked his hits, and just fucking spammed Corpse Piler. And that's all I had to do, because holy fuck. I'm not only over-leveled, but I have a good build on top of that. Like, just being over-leveled is one thing. Being over-leveled and having a strong build for your level is a whole other thing. Bro was talking about KFC at the start. It's so funny when I watched it back. I didn't expect it to be the run. So I'm, like, reading chat as I'm fighting her. And I'm talking about, like, fast food and shit. And I think maybe Star Wars came up during that fight. I don't remember if that was an attempt where we talked a lot about Star Wars or not. But, like, I just remember talking about random shit while doing the run where I actually ended up killing her. Okay, so this guy is just off of this Grace site. Spam R1, that's how you play Elden Ring? No, that was spam L2. I wonder if I could just spam R1 on one of these guys. It's nighttime already, so I don't have to rest. But as we get started on this amazing, challenging, very challenging boss rush, remember that if you enjoy the stream to leave a like, because it does help me out a lot. It just sends the stream out to more people, you know, algorithm shit. So, I would appreciate it. Wow, I thought it was going to take more than that. That bear really intimidated me and went down just in the first point of contact of Corpse Piler. Hold on, I'm gonna at least use Flame Grant Me Strength if I'm just gonna R1 spam and just see. Yeah, I'm still maybe a little over leveled. Still maybe a little strong for Liurnia. But this at least makes it more engaging to not use Corpse Piler. Wait, he dies from the fall? Wait, you actually just have to kill their horses. They die from falling off the horse. What? I've realized I just don't like Elden Ring and how they go about designing their bosses, so I won't be bothering with the game any further. Interesting. I definitely have my issues with Elden Ring's design, like in comparison to the older Soulsborne games. But I still think it's fun overall. I think I just like the scale of it, honestly. Okay, so wait, I killed that guy. Red Wolf, I killed so long ago. Bug related to fire damage? Oh, wait, actually? Did he hit his head on a rock or something? Apparently, it's a bug with fire damage. Interesting. Is this Royal Revenant? Okay, no, that's another one that's like, sure, it is a boss. Sorry. At like another point in the game. But just not where it spawns here. Like, its spawn point out in the middle of the lake. Oh wait, I've already done this one. Never mind. I got weirded out because it's marked as like the snail being the boss on this list, so I didn't think I had done it, but I have. Oh, have I done the Mariner in Liurnia, actually? This is a good question. Oh wait, this was over by the artist shack. Yeah, I did do this, because we did this recently, actually. When someone told me to go and check out the artist shack for whatever else, I killed it. So, that officially then, I have Liurnia cleared of all bosses. I only had those couple of Knights Cavalry to clean up in Liurnia then. If the player manages to kill a horse with fire damage while hitting the knight as well, the knight will die instantly. Quote from Fextra Life. Wow. That's a bug. I would hate that. Like, if it were my game and a bug like that got discovered, I would be so upset. Like, after it ships, obviously. But Ryan, hello, how's it going? Like, it's one... Honestly, okay. From when I was working on the game with that team, my experience with bugs was... When we found them during playtests, I thought they were fucking hilarious. Because, like, you know, we'd have playtesters doing their thing, right? And then one of the other guys would, like, come over to where I was set up for the day, like whatever desk I had dropped my laptop at for the day. And he would just come over and be like, hey, we found a bug, so go and do this. And, like, I'm trying to think of some of my favorites. Oh, one of my favorites was, he said, open the tutorial level real quick. So I do that. And he says, okay, now grab that grenade. And so I go to the part where you can grab grenades, and I grab one. And he's like, throw one, like, stand against the wall and throw a grenade at the floor on the other side. I do that, grenade goes off, and I clip through the wall. And I just fucking wheezed and just laughed with this guy about it. Because I was like, that's fucking awesome. How do we fix it? Like, when it's during playtests, it's funny to find bugs like that. But when it was, like, a submitted build for, like, getting approval and shit, and a bug like that would get noted, I would just be like... Like, it would just be embarrassing in that context. I like everything about the game outside of bosses, but I really don't like the bosses. I'm kind of with you on that one, for the most part. Like, the story bosses are done really well. Like, unique bosses are done great. But... Where's this dragon? The fuck? Hold on. It looks like a dragon. I accidentally looked at the picture. But... They don't have a map location for him. Oh, wait, yeah, they do. It's just not where they normally put it. Never mind. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. The unique bosses are great. What I don't like is the copy-paste. Because, like, I mean, everyone... We've all talked about it a lot. Like, they copy-paste, like, the generic bosses, so to speak, in air quotes, a lot. Bull hates fighting ulcerated tree spirits over and over. I hate that. The Deathrite birds and the death birds. Like, some of the dragons have unique behaviors, but most of them don't. You know, like, they just copy-paste all these bosses. Is that a Knights Cavalry, by the way? Because, like, it looks like it. Yeah, it is. Well, this is a lucky find, because this wasn't what I was here for. Oh, hold on, let me do the thing. Yeah, I like the unique bosses. I don't like the copy-paste nature. Wow, it is just a consistent thing using fire damage. Margit and Godric are the epitome of my problem. Okay, I was with you. I was with you, Tom. I loved both Margit and Godric, though. So, I'm no longer with you on this one. I'm gonna scale the build. I feel like I just scale Arcane from this point on, honestly. Like, Dex 50, Vigor 50, Mind 30. I've got everything else I need, so let's just scale the blood loss from this point on. It also scales damage, but it's mostly about scaling the blood loss. But Margit is ass? No, Margit's so fun. The fuck? Like, he has some moments where 2 combos, like, are directly back to back to where it almost just seems like one really, really long combo. You know what I mean? Like, because he has like those 4 or 5 attack combos, and sometimes they get doubled up in a weird way, and it seems like just one really long one. It's just kind of an RNG, like, AI thing. But I think he's really, really engaging. I really like fighting Margit. Dude, even Kaled. What have I become, chat? I'm a monster. Is this Elden Ring endgame, chat? Is this what it... Oh, I'm dying. Oh, I'm dying. Holy shit, that hurt. Okay. Oh, new powers, you say? Cathedral of Dragon Communion? Just make them attack for 5 minutes and let the player get in 1 hit, but only 1 hit. If they try to go for 2 hits, punish them with the might of Blighttown. Blighttown's not even bad. You've lessened your argument even more. I'm sorry, Tom. Blighttown is not fun, but it's not bad. There are worse areas in Souls 1. Absolutely, there are worse. It gets so much worse. But hello, Smitty. What about bug related to the situation where you can kill the rider and the Knights Cavalry horse survives? Horse looks menacingly and nothing else. That's awesome. It was an expression? Yeah. Like, I don't even mind going through Blighttown when I replay Souls 1. It's not that bad, because you just kind of, like, you buckle down, you get through it real quick. It's not like it's an area where you die a lot. It's just kind of like a mildly annoying area, so it really is just like, buckle up, get her done, and move on with the rest of the good shit. Pretty sure oh yeah, I have done the Erd Tree avatar here. What the fuck was that? Okay. Sorry, for people just getting in, I'm using the boss list now to like make sure that I go back and clean up all the bosses before I move forward with hold on. With this. Just because I want to be sure that I don't get locked out of anything, because I was warned that some things you do get locked out of. I'm just going back through and cleaning up all the previous areas. And then also, it's not going to be stupidly overpowered, like even more so when I come back to do this later. Like, I would like to not be this overpowered when I'm doing this stuff. It just kind of happens this way, unfortunately. Where's the one in Kaled? Yeah, we just did the dragon here. That is why we use the map. Because somehow I got the cathedral, but I never fought that dragon, which is really odd to me. I don't know how I would have gotten this thing without finding the dragon, but somehow I managed, because I tend to do that. I managed to do some dumb things. Wait, what the fuck? Hold on. Oh wait, no, never mind. We're fine. Oh, I just alt-tab, my bad. The rain is in-game, by the way, Smitty. No window open. My window's never open during stream. A, because of noise, and B, because of the lighting that I'm using now. The natural light just fucks with it more than anything else. So it's way easier to keep the consistent lighting and not have to, like, micromanage it the entire time if I just leave it like this. What are you? Sorry? Oh, there's catacombs here. Okay, I don't know why they didn't mark the catacombs. They just put, like, a normal boss marker as if he was out in the world. So there is one of the dogs here in a catacomb. At this point, like, early in the game, I was like, oh, I don't want to, like, read the names and spoil what I'm gonna see. But now it's like, how am I supposed to not recognize, like, the watchdog name when I just glance at it? It's like, yeah, I've fought like 10 of those. Exaggerating a little bit, but like, not a ton. Oh, is the catacomb entrance maybe down at the bottom of this? It's gotta be. But it also, like, the marker was right here, which is odd. Didn't even say hi to him. To who? Yep. Is it down at the bottom? Is that what yep is? Is the entrance down in that little ravine where the pot warriors were? It's gotta be. I don't know why they have it marked in the middle of this road. I wonder if that's like exactly where the boss is map-wise. Oh, to me. Okay. Well, hello, Sepper. I didn't see you because I was looking at a map, man. I don't know what you want from me. Damn, Mickle. Mickle and Sepper have had this rivalry going for a minute. I don't know what sparked it, but it's been going. It's been a minute since I've been here. This is where I first discovered Rivers of Blood exists. I think you have to hop across the canyon. Oh, really? Hold on. Is it not at the bottom? Surely it's got to be like along this wall or something, right? And I've just somehow never seen it. I guess. Because I beat him in chess. So wait, you have to jump across from above to get to the catacombs here? That's a pretty big jump, I'm not gonna lie. That's a scary jump to go after. Okay, I just can't get up the rock. So, we go for this. Oh, you can inflict blood loss on these guys, the fuck? No. No, stop breathing fire. No. I'm supposed to be a god. Where are the sex bots? I miss them. Oh, don't bring it up, because that's when they always start appearing. I feel like if you mention, like, Tinder or sex or anything of the sort, they like, appear. It's like you summon them. Let me open the map. I would like to fast travel, please. I'm not in combat. He is so far away. There's so much physical land between the two of us. I summon the horny bots. It really, like, it genuinely feels like that's how it works. Like, you can just summon them by talking about Tinder and stuff. I swear, I feel like sometimes we're randomly like, oh, we haven't seen a Tinder bot in a while, and then we get like 4. Yeah, we did the Great Jar thing. Oh, wait. The catacombs gotta be down there, right? The entrance to it, I mean. Oh, that's a bad way to tell Finn. I'm pretty certain that Finn wasn't here. I think he would have been fairly vocal about that. No, I had to. He came at me, okay? I wasn't exactly given a choice in the matter. Did you find Ornstein and Smo? In this game? No? I take it. Not in that way. That in a different way. Man tried to kill me. Genuinely. Yeah, this is definitely the way. Down here. This is where I'll find the entrance. Oh. Oh. I got there. Just took a second. Runark. It's kind of non-straight. Oh wait, there's one of these down here? I didn't even realize there was an Erd tree down here. Hello. Goodbye. Oh my god. Good night. Okay. You haven't fought it yet? No, I didn't even do this Erd tree. I didn't know this was here. There's a catacomb in Radon's area. Sure, we'll get to it. I get to rave about where... That is not what I thought that was gonna say. Walking around bullying these creatures. It has to be done. The worst part is that if I don't do it now, it's gonna be even worse later. Like, you think I'm overpowered now? Like, imagine if I went and did all the actual, like, endgame areas and then came back here to do this. Probably boost your rivers of blood damage. Oh, I didn't even look at the new tiers. Kind of dumb, but I could check them out. I didn't even, like, put together. I saw that it was fire, but I thought it was going to be fire defense, not damage. So I was just like, oh, okay, cool. You know, situational tier, but could come in handy. This is a Catholic stream. Yes, we love the Catholics. We are all Catholics. Real and true. Feel free to screenshot. That was something. It caught me off guard. I was not ready for that one. Oh, how times have changed. Yeah, that dude was not one of the hardest bosses in the game. You guys fucking lied to me. Like, I feel like fighting him that early, like, without having, like, a solid build pulled together or anything, he's really hard at that point, but overall, compared to what you end up fighting, he's just not one of the hardest. How do I get up there? Of course, I will clear out all the blobs first, because fuck them. Nobody likes blobs on the floor. But how... Why is my Scarlet Rock going up? Stop! No! God damn. Okay. Notes. Be wary of slug. Be... Fuck's sake. Oh, I was hoping I would be able to just, like, you know, jump off of this thing onto another level. But yeah, I think part of the reason we might be so strong could be the level 156 Rivers of Blood build in Caelid. Yeah, that might do it. Dog ahead? Maybe. I'm just gonna stop reading anything with Finn's name in front of it for like the next 10 minutes. It's probably smart. There's gotta be a secret door somewhere, or a secret wall. 156? Yep. What else do you think I'm spending my runes on? Oh my. These runes aren't good for anything else at this point. I've got my upgraded weapons. I mean, I'm still rocking default armor, but I think it's fine the way things have been going. If I can kill Melania with mostly default kit, I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be just fine. Just gonna bonk all the walls. And eventually one of them will open, right? How do I get up there? I'm so confused. So you can make throwing daggers. True. Hold on. You know, just for fun, now that you've brought those up. I don't think I've used them once in this playthrough. Take this! Shit. Come on. Come on. This angle is awful. I can't do it. How the fuck do I get up there? I'm so confused. I feel like if there was a secret wall, I would have found it by now. Dude, stop. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that's to call the thing down if it's not here. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? Try down. Down required? I can't believe I didn't think of this. How could I forget that I'm playing... You fucking bitch. I'm playing Elden Ring. Why is my equip load? Oh, that's why I'm fucking heavy rolling. And the arrows probably don't help either. That's what I should have thought of sooner. It's the good old under the elevator trick. A classic. One that I manage to forget often, but definitely a classic. Oh, camera, please lock on. There we go. Be wary of up. I love that you would have to step into where it drops onto you to read that note. And I know that that's like the comedy of it, but I'm just appreciating it out loud. Like, it's so funny to me. People who leave notes like that are assholes, but like in the best way. Okay, hold on. I want to check out, you know what? I'll check out the side path after I kill the boss, because I don't want to get Scarlet Rot again for no reason. There's just, like, just no. Oh, there's two of them. Well, let me drink my physic and buff my, my fire damage, and let's see what happens. Oh my god. It's over, boys. We won. It's official. We won. Oh my god. That's so fucking funny. I don't even have the physic tier on for fire damage. Now I want to try it. Why are you even playing at this point? This is the challenge. Like, sure, we could just safely say that it's not even worth doing these bosses because, like, obviously I'm just gonna do this every time. But then we haven't actually killed every boss in the game. I wouldn't be able to live with myself knowing that we cheated like that. I've completely missed what Mikkel and Finn are talking about at this point, and it might be for the best. I don't know. Oh, hello, sneaky bitch. Think I won't see you. But yeah, it's actually taking way longer to find them than to, like, kill them once I enter the arenas. Like, it's taking substantially longer to find them. Also, Wolfhead, I guess. Who's this Finn guy? I'm scared. I don't know. Did I say that? I didn't say that. Okay. Next thing on the list. What is it going to be? Halid. We just did Burial Watchdog. I fought you. Wait, this looks like new. Wait, have I don't think I've seen one of these. Hold on, where is this? Celia Crystal Tunnel. It looks like this. This is it. 100%. Is that a boss circle? I might have missed more than I thought. Okay. This actually looks like something I haven't seen. Like, genuinely. This might be somewhat exciting before I just, like, kill it with 2 strings of corpse piler. Not even. Wait, can I even get to there from this part of the wall? Possibly made a mistake. Oh, I just have to cross. Okay, yeah. I know it. We were just here recently, so we good. You know, you're actually comedic G. Yeah, that's Mikkel, the comedy guy. I should have come to this grace, but it's fine. And then it's over here. Torrent. There you go. Torrent can tank all the rot for me. As it should be. You got one of these invisible bug bitches. Does he come back down this part of the hill? Where? Okay. I'll just wait till he gets close. Rivers of Blood, thankfully, makes these guys not very hard to catch out. Oh wait, he's doing a little loop-de-loop. There we go. 50 grams in exchange for your YouTube channel. No. Do you forget that I haven't smoked in... I don't know how many at this time. Also, it's not legal, so of course I would never. Wait, what the fuck? Is it up top? Hold on. Oh, maybe I have to climb tree branches to get up there? Looks like that might possibly be the case. I mean, I can't even tell if that's the entrance to something or not up there. I'm basically completely off drugs. True. That's the entrance to where I'm trying to get. 100%. That's the tunnel entrance. Wait, no, it's not. Oh, wait, it's here. I'm good at finding way in game. I am very good at finding things. Rot Grease. What comes after Elden Ring? I vote Arkham. I haven't thought yet. We're entering a weird period where, like, a lot of stuff is coming out, but not many, like, big releases until, like, later in the year. Because, you know, you kind of have, like, the 2 big periods of game releases as far as, like, actual big releases, right? You've got, like, your October, November, and then you've got, like, your February, March periods. And it sucks that they're not a little more spread out, because it would be way better to have it be, like, you know, a little more even. But it is what it is. Did you kill the mini-boss in Celia? I'm pretty sure I did. If not, it'll be further down on the list and I'll just go back for it. Because I have all the graces in Celia. So, I'm not worried about possibly missing it and needing to go back. I don't know if these guys, like, if anything in this tunnel would be worth grabbing. Probably not, because I'm, like... I thought, like, what's it? I thought I was going to be able to maybe find the stones for the Uchi. But I'm pretty sure that the Uchi needs, like, +8. Or, just, sorry, smithing stone 8 at this point. And these are all 5s. Yeah, I don't even know if if I'll be able to find much of value here, aside from just killing the boss and moving on. Checking it off the list. If he plays Arkham, I can't watch stream because spoilers. Sag, are the Arkham games not on the Steam sale right now? The summer sale? Oh, I thought maybe I could wedge in there. I didn't realize there was. I think I am going to be doing Gotham Knights though, but Gotham Knights I don't think is going to be that big of a release. I think there will be some hype around it for sure, but I wouldn't say it's going to be one of the biggest of the year. I don't know if it's one that I want to spend like the whole time doing the build up on. Like obviously RE4 make is going to be big in March. Like that thing warrants a build up, but that's a very long build up, so I've gotten a head start on it. Cuz like it's like a 15 game build up to the RE4 make. I'm so unconvinced that that is not a wall, but okay. Or a fake wall. You should do at least one of the games, either Asylum or Knight. Why would I do Knight? Arkham Knight was mentioned. All I can think of when I think of Arkham Knight is Batmobile. Knight is probably my least favorite, including Origins, if I'm being completely honest. Because, like, Origins is boring because it just kind of does what City and Asylum did, but not quite to the extent that they did it. Knight is, like, tedious because it tries to add in extra shit that doesn't need to be there and is actively unfun. In my opinion. I didn't really... I don't know how often I talk about this, but back when Knight came out, I pre-ordered it and shit, right? And I played it on release. And I couldn't finish it when it came out. I had like, I took a break for like probably 6 to 9 months and had to go back and finish it up way later because I just got so like bored and done with it that I didn't even finish it. Knight is also an amazingly designed game that has a bit too much Batmobile, but I can't be asked with that conversation. Knight is a well-designed game, but it's not as well-designed as Asylum or City. It's definitely... Yeah, it's got some weird stuff. I don't remember much about it specifically. I remember there was one part in like a blimp or something, I think. Like there was a whole like large section in a blimp, maybe like 30 minutes to an hour, that was just awful. Like just fucking terrible. Once I get an Xbox 360 helmet, I can play headset, I can play Arkham. I mean, yeah, like the combat and the stealth is better, but it's not by enough for me to like enjoy the... You know what's a great example, and no one's gonna get it, is the difference between DMC 3 and 4, Devil May Cry games. The people who have played it will know what I'm talking about. 4's base gameplay and combat sandbox is an improvement over 3's in literally every single regard. Like, there's no single way in which it is downgraded or even the same, like equal. It's just all completely better. But the level design and the storytelling in that game is so warped, like so genuinely bad. And the development of the game is very well documented because it had a lot of issues internally. And they didn't have time to finish it. So like the base gameplay was so well done, but everything around the base gameplay, like the base loop, is kind of fucked. And it leads to the experience overall just not feeling as fun to play as 3. And so I've played 3 like probably 4 times, And I'm yet to replay DMC 4. Because 3 is just such an all-around pleasant experience, and 4 is not. Even though I way prefer the combat in 4. Also, I've never seen one of those things. That thing was actually, like, genuinely new to me. I found a new boss, and I did that. So I don't even really know what it was, or what it did, but something happened. The story of Night is also pretty great for the most part. There's another one on Mount Gelmir. I haven't even seen one of those. Can you just confirm that you will be doing a jigsaw puzzle at 900? I'm tired of not being sure. I don't plan on doing it. Like, again, maybe a video, but absolutely not a stream. I will not do a whole jigsaw puzzle stream, but maybe a video. But unconfirmed, because I don't even know if I'm doing it yet. Where is this cave? What is this? Hold on. Map, reading. There's a cave somewhere here. I'm assuming the entrance has to be, like, around that. Okay. Get me there. I quit as mod. Boys. Look at it from my perspective, please. For a second. I cannot spend an entire day of, like, how should I say? The stream every day is me feeding YouTube's algorithm, right? And if I waste a day, because of the nature of the algorithm, one wasted day is something that I feel for like a week afterwards. And I don't know if you noticed, if you were paying attention, some people do look at the numbers that are not me. Because sometimes people will be like, oh wow, no one's watching your shit. And I'm like, thanks, dick. But you might have noticed that after like my whole fiasco with moving from Florida to Minnesota and then getting sick for a week afterwards, and like having that 2-week period where either I wasn't able to stream or when I did stream it was just shit, that damage lasted up until like 3 days ago, genuinely. Like, we've only just started to recover algorithmically for that couple of week period. I can't waste a whole day of algorithm feeding on a jigsaw puzzle. Like, I just completely, it's not viable to do. But you're drunk out of your mind, but I don't drink. But hello, Erica, welcome back. And Belize, I didn't say it earlier because I was on tangent. But hello. Tank it for the 900? No. No. Can we think of something that will tank it? Or not tank it. Can we think of something to do in celebration that won't tank it? Perhaps, possibly. No one is watching your RE streams anyway. Jigsaw will do better, that's a promise. I've said it before in terms of how those have been doing, like, numbers-wise. The views are, like, down atrocious on those streams. But the growth on those streams, like, per day and per view is way better than the Elden Ring streams. So overall, since I'm not too worried about the views and I'm way more worried about the growth currently, the RE streams are ultimately like better for the channel right now than the Elden Ring streams are. I've just been very pulled into Elden Ring, and like I've just every day I'm like, I end stream and I don't want to stop playing, so I stream it again the next day. Elden Ring jigsaw puzzle. Decorate your room with our profile pictures. See, that's something we can do. See, that's a viable thing that we can do for 900. You have to be in the Discord. This will be my one rule. I will only do it with people from the Discord. This door? What the fuck? Hold on. Where am I supposed to go? Am I supposed to kill these guys? Sinner. Damn it. I can get furry art on Cole's wall. A win. Oh my. I want my profile picture on his wall. Why? I don't want furries and Steven Universe characters on my wall. I regret saying this. I regret it already. Something atrocious. Within reason, because YouTube is YouTube. Atrocious in a good way. Where the f go? Wait, did I completely miss this? Oh my god, I'm so dumb. How do I manage? How am I such a gamer and yet such a non-gamer at the same time? Oh wait, what the fuck? Where did you come from? Is there a new season for Boba Fett out? Not that I know of, is there? That would be news to me. Oh my god, chat. You wanna know what happened to me yesterday? I got baited like fucking crazy on Twitter. Because I saw someone tweeting about some Star Wars thing. And the cover art had like Mark Hamill's older Luke Skywalker, as well as like aged Lando from the sequels, like together. And it was apparently like a plot between episode 6 and the start of the sequel trilogy. But like with those characters. I can't remember what it said that they were doing, like what the actual situation plot-wise was. But it was something really interesting, regardless, right? And then I opened up the like written review about it, and it was a fucking book. I thought it was like the next Disney Plus show was gonna be like, you know, Lando and Luke between episode 6 and episode 7. But then it was a fucking book. Like, not even a comic, just a novel. I was like, are you kidding me? Even if it was a comic, I still wouldn't have been interested, but like, just a Star Wars novel, genuinely. And I was like, what the fuck? Why? I hate, like, expanded media shit like that. Like, you're a film and TV series franchise, like, please give the good shit to your main media source. Don't make it a book. Please. Do you know how much of a banger a TV series of Luke and Lando between 6 and 7 would have been? Do you know how great that show would have been? And they made it into a book. Why? Y'all, sorry, I just have to read the opening bit to that message. Y'all aren't in queer Star Wars circles. You're right. You're not wrong on that one. But Luke and Lando is one of the most popular gay fan relationships. I've never heard of that. And that's oddly surprising to me. Like, why those two? I would think, you know, the most popular, like, gay, like, ships, Star Wars-wise, would be, like, maybe Luke and Han. Maybe, if I'm just going off of the way that my chat and my Discord server talks about Star Wars, Leia and Padme. Even though that's kind of fucked, don't act like you wouldn't. I see the things that you all say. I see those things that you all say. Am I back at the beginning? God damn it. Definitely not Leia Padme, yikes. Okay, but like, we've all seen the way that they talk about both of those characters. But hello, small man, how's it going? Come on. Speaking of Star Wars, who answered question of the day? And why did you not answer Luke Skywalker? This is a real question. Why is Luke Skywalker so low on that question? Why? Answer me this. Why is he so low? I was actually surprised by how high Darth Vader is, though. Hold on, let me check the current standing. But last I looked, Vader was over 50%. But no, I'm doing no summons and stuff for the first run. Although I appreciate that people want to help, but I'm doing complete like solo run for the first time through. Vader is even higher. He was 54 last I checked. He's at 56 now. Luke only has 10% of the vote, chat. What's wrong with you all? What is wrong with you all? Why were there no women in the poll? Do you want to know what I did for all of the written results? This isn't starting shit. I can explain myself so easily because this is actually what I did. I was super lazy with picking who I would put in the poll and who would just be resorted to other. I looked up most popular Star Wars characters, and I literally took the top 4 most popular and just threw them on the list and then put other as like number 5. So like Darth Vader, as far as like large scale polling, is the most popular, then Luke, then Han, then Obi-Wan. And then it goes on from there. I think Leia was actually number 5, if I remember right. But I just took the top 4, and then for the 5th option, I said other, because, like, obviously there's a ton of Star Wars characters. So if I limited it to 5 characters, everyone would have written their own in anyway. So I just put other and said comment it. Luke isn't even top 3 Jedi, let alone the best character in Star Wars. Okay, can we say he's the most well-written character in Star Wars? Can we agree on this, chat? Okay, wait, maybe Vader, like, ties him in that regard. But just, you know, for sake of argument. Disney did Luke so dirty. Let's not talk about it. Oh, shit. Hello, Brody. Welcome back. I personally picked Padme. She has a really good personality. Yeah, and, you know, Natalie Portman. Luke is the best Star Wars character, though. He is, though. I'm not even bullshitting when I say Maul is the best written. Okay, I still haven't seen Maul in Clone Wars, which I've heard is, like, where he apparently gets good. But, like, let's say in the films, then, which is what the vast, like, most people are in the boat that I'm in. Oh, my God. Most people are in the same boat I'm in, where it's like they've only seen like the movies and the Disney Plus shows. So in that context, Maul is awful. Like, genuinely just a really bad character, right? Because in the movies, in the movie, I should say, he shows up. He might have a spoken line. I don't know if he does or doesn't. I can't remember. And then he has the one lightsaber duel, and he dies. You mean the writer said his self-insert character was the best? Shock horror? Yeah. It's a boring conversation. That's what the majority of people have seen as far as, like, Star Wars goes. I mean, I've also played a lot of the games. Not all, but a lot. There's a lot in Caelid that I hadn't done. This is in Caelid, question mark. No. This is the different one. Rey is the best. I feel like Rey could have been good. You're severely underestimating how many people have seen Clone Wars? Probably. But, like, I think I'm also overestimating the amount of people who have watched the Disney Plus shows, if I'm being completely honest. Like, the majority of people who would identify as Star Wars fans have probably only seen, like, the main 9 movies, and they probably haven't even seen all 9 of them. If we're being, like, totally honest about, like, average Star Wars fan. That's definitely, like, 50% or more of Star Wars fans, or people who would say that they're Star Wars fans, rather. Like, self-identifying Star Wars fans, right? That's at least 50% of them. The potential in the sequels, let's specifically say that Lucas's plan for the sequels was actually really good. Like, I've seen a good amount of stuff now about like his original plan that he gave to Disney when he sold them the franchise. And his general outline, just from what we know publicly, was great. But then Disney was like, nah, this is boring as fuck. And then they somehow made the most boring Star Wars movies. Okay, maybe not the most boring, just the worst. I won't say the most boring because, like, Attack of the Clones exists. But I will say the worst. Did you know Maul was meant to be the villain of the sequels? Yup. Yup. No, I like Mandalorian though. Like, I feel like he's, maybe a character I like as much as I do. Because I've said it a lot before, but like, I don't know if they are my absolute favorite character in fiction, but at least tied for my favorite character in like all fiction is Master Chief. So like, I already have a bit of a bias towards like reserved characters who communicate mostly through like body language and the rare dialogue, you know? Like, that's already something I'm very into, so to speak, with characters. Just use the storylines already in the books. There were 2 book trilogies written in the 90s that would have been incredible movies. Really? Like, trilogies that took place after episode 6, I'm assuming. They didn't even have to follow up episode 6. That's the best part. Like, I said it in the KOTOR videos, like, more than once at this point. But, like, hey, that old Republic era of Star Wars definitely exists and definitely has never gotten a film adaptation. Well, I'm saying. Okay, so there's, like, hold on. This is another fucking terrible moment where he has the actual boss location, like the location of the arena on the map marked, but not the entrance to the... Oh, wait, it's hidden in the ruins. I thought it was a catacomb I was looking for. Never mind. There are new people here. Do the thing. If you're new, subscribe to channel. If you haven't done already, like the stream. Smile. Thank you. Did I do it? How did I miss this? I'm so dumb. How did I not see the staircase? Oh, we're already here. Isn't that nice? Oh, there's 2 of them. Fuck. I'll kill this. Oh my god! Why am I like this? No one man should have all this power. Well, I ruined that fight too. Imagine if I had done all this as I was leveling, how much more fun this could have been. How many more deaths I could have gotten this, or out of this, sorry. Could have thrown for content. But no, I fucked it up. I played KOTOR for like an hour and a half, and I did not like it. Did you, by chance, like, do the thing to raise your resolution and stuff, or did you just leave it? Because, like, honestly, it's kind of a pain in the ass to do it on KOTOR, because, the official, like, retail version of KOTOR, they have, like, their client is not able to be modified at all officially, so you have to actually go and get a new cracked exe of KOTOR and replace the exe that comes in like the Steam copy, and then you can modify it. It's really fucked. Okay, hold on. This is the one that I might not have done. Okay. I figured you'd probably just leave it, which honestly, like, I do not you. Because again, it's a pain in the ass to modify the files in that game. Like, it really is. Oh, wait, I fought the Magma Worm in Caelid. That's where we got Moonveil. I'm so dumb. Ignore me. I was trying to figure out where it was. Oh, I got the Knights Cavalry earlier, like, when I went to do the thing. I don't think I did this. This is the Celia boss. Okay. Yeah, no, I never did the Celia boss, I don't think. Where's Celia again? Here. Yeah, I want to go up here. It was boring as fuck. I don't know why. It just wasn't remotely interesting to me. I feel like it's just kind of... It's a game that will vary depending on whether you like the formula or not. Have you fought the Deathrite Bird? In Caelid, yes. In Caelid, I only have a couple that I haven't done, and it's the boss here in Celia, and then one other thing under it, which honestly I might have done. I don't know. You could have picked a bad weapon for these bosses, but why would I do that? Just why would I do that? Like, Rivers of Blood go burr, though. I'm so not looking forward to the profile pictures that I'm gonna have to put up on my wall. There are the more, you know, tame, perfectly fine ones. Like Tom or Nickel. Or Sticky, I guess. Sticky will probably want his up when he finds out about this, so... You know, all that. And then there's, like... Finn's gonna have me put furry art on my wall. Sepper is gonna have me put a Steven Universe character on my wall. And... potentially even more. I would consider mine to be pretty alright. Yeah, I just didn't like the show. From what I've seen of it, I just didn't like it. So, I can change it to a normie human one. I mean, good. Mine's tame. You know, considering what it could be, I will agree that Finn's is tame. As far as most furry art I've seen goes, it's pretty tame. I'm willing to give that to you. Oh, there we go. We coal jump our way. Fucked it up a little bit. I need to run into that. Oh no! Oh fuck. What are your goals right now with the game? I need to go and clear out all the bosses so that the final boss will actually be like the end of the game. So that's just kind of what I'm doing right now. It's just like big boss rush, go and clean everything up that I haven't done yet before I go forward more. Why would I want to resurrect here? I thought it would be closer, but like why? Ow. It's like I got poked, dude. The fuck? Oh, you're doing the gingerbread. I thought you were gonna do like your logo, but no, the Discord one, right? Yeah, that's gonna be something. The profile pictures will definitely be something. Wait, what the fuck? Where did my runes end up? Oh, they're here. This is just where it save pointed me. This is definitely not the way to go. Well, we're falling. How do I get to these bosses? I can see on the map that they're in there. Like when I was looking before, I know that they're inside of here. But it's like, how the fuck do I get in there? There was no reason for me to double. Oh, wait. Well. Oh, well, I should have maybe. If you guys could give me a second, that would be great. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Just gotta make sure I'm buffed as fuck so that I can do this. Ooh, you kind of hurt, my friend. Well, that's the wrong flask. Wait, if I die, I swear to God, I will never live that down. Sorry. Had to do it. I don't make the rules. 6,400 votes. Awesome. Okay. Well, that one's done. This boss rush is like painful in the worst way. It's just like, yep, go here, swing sword a few times, move on. This is pain. Okay. Oh wait, no, that's the last one in Caelid. Caelid is done. Because the one under it on the list was Radon, and he's fucking dead, so. Caelid is all good. Oh, but the northern part is considered its own area, apparently. This is all considered Dragon Barrow. Apparently they have these separated, so thank you for that. Alright. Caelid's done, but then there's the northern part. What? Not good shit? No, it's like kind of Caelid's done, but yeah, we did the Deathrite Bird. We did it like a long time ago. Well, shit. There we go. Where are you? Oh, boss circle. How could I have forgotten about you? All right, how do I get there? Ooh, I get it. That's a good one. I have to be up top. I think, yeah, this is up top. I'll just go there and ride over on Torrent. No, I didn't know there were catacombs in there, but nothing on the boss list that like required me to go there. So I'm assuming that there's like a cool item or two to be found. But honestly, like the build has kind of come together at this point, so I'm not terribly worried about like, oh, I didn't find every item in the game. I feel like people don't bring up the fact that Star Wars starts with a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. What? A long time ago? Well, you know, different galaxy. It was a long time ago. Oh, wait, dragon? Question mark? Oh, just a common enemy, I guess? No health bar for you? Oh. This is why they call it Dragon Barrow. You've got some help. Look at you. He has help, boys. He has help. Whoops. Wow. Come on. There we go. Oh god. Oh god. How have fursuits come into this? It's Christ. Stutters sometimes. Boss circle. Oh, I don't have my physic now. Oh. I definitely don't need it. No! No! I'm sorry, Battle Mage Hughes. I'm so sorry. So sorry. Halfway through? Which half? Hughes got fucking rolled. I was like, oh no, I don't have my physic. Oh well. Fucking chop, 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 chop. Oh, I might have done these guys. Maybe not. Hold on. Map. Map says I have not. There's a cave, like, here. Like, it's behind the tree. That's not how it works? Okay. So, like, halfway with the whole thing. Anyway, chop, 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 dead. You know, this is the best part of Elden Ring, boys. This is the most exciting part. Is when you realize that you didn't do anything, and you have to go back and clear it all out before you actually move forward with the end game. Who cares? Again, it has to all get done. This is the cave. My mark was a little off, but this is it. We can't end this journey until it's all officially done. So it's gonna happen now, or it's gonna happen later when I kill them even faster. I'll just get it done now. Like, especially because I don't know what's gonna get locked off and what's not. When I go up to like where the fire giant was and actually talk to her, all I know is that some things will get locked off, and I'm gonna make sure that nothing I haven't done gets locked away. Oh, wait, it's on his head? I was gonna go for the actual crit there. You'll post Discord profile pictures on your wall. I feel like that one's fine. I feel like that works. That's a hell of a lot better than do an entire stream of you doing a jigsaw puzzle. That is a way better idea than do a whole jigsaw puzzle stream. Like, it sounds fucking hilarious to do a jigsaw puzzle stream until we sit down to, like, actually do it, and it's just gonna be boring as fuck. No hidden walls is suspicious. What the fuck was that? Ah. Cave. Wait, dead end again? Fuck. Oh wait, lantern. I have a lantern. Hold on. I always forget about this handy little guy. Oh my god, I have a lot of consumable souls too. At some point I'll use them. All that fucking noise. I have no idea what that is. Someone in the house is doing something loud. Damn it! I'm back at wait. That means that literally right around the corner from where you come in. God, of course. Fuck you, FromSoft. Dog ahead! I like dog. Is this like a turtle dog, or is this is a dog? Okay. Oh. Oh. Praise the weak foe. Hello. Oh, that dog is a little angry. I'm in your house, just helping you set up the profile pictures. Okay. Random tangent, boys. But, oh, you know what I should do? Since I sold some... Oh. Since I sold Brody on KOTOR, even though he didn't like it, we're just going to ignore that part. But since I am apparently good at selling people on games... Hold on, let me price check before I do the promotion here. I'm a very good salesman for games that I think people should play. Oh. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, chat. Listen up. Listen up. Especially my PC users. Because this is about the Steam sale, okay? Listen here and listen good. It is no secret that there are some video games that I am quite passionate about. And that I spend a lot of time playing in my free time. I bought Cookie Clicker yesterday. How much is it on Steam sale right now? Anyway, don't distract me. Oh, Hollow Knight? I should check how much Hollow Knight is, actually. I've been wanting to pick up some indies on the sale right now because there's not really much that I want to buy this year. Like, there's a lot on my backlog and just a lot of games that I really like that I want to replay as well. So I've actually, like, not really wanted to buy any AAAs. But since everything's so cheap, I've wanted to pick up some indies. There goes 140k. There's no secret Wi-Fi dies. I guess it's a secret. From £4, I don't know what it is in US. It's probably like $3 US now. Hold on, how much is Hollow Knight? I mean, Hollow Knight's definitely one of the biggest indies. So like, I feel less good about picking up Hollow Knight than I do with other indies. But like, it's $7.50. I might pick up Hollow Knight on the sale then. Yeah, actually, this bear is the toughest thing I've fought all day. Like, actually, I can't just tank the damage and do whatever I want with this guy. Like, I actually have to fight this bear, genuinely. Buy Hollow Knight, please. I should. Anyway, let me get back to selling you all a game that you will definitely enjoy because it's one of my favorites, and so everyone likes it, because I have a great taste in games. Devil May Cry games are on sale, baby! I fucking love- oh wait, I didn't mean to buff myself, I meant to use the Uchi, but didn't have it in my hand. Whoops. You should all play them, if they look remotely interesting to you. They are so replayable. They're difficult on your first go, like even on normal, but it's not so much because the enemy design or encounter design is all that bad. It's mostly because the games mechanically are so demanding as like a skill floor type of thing. That like, it's hard to learn the game, but once you've learned it, it's just like, mwah. The HD collection, yeah, that's where I would say everyone should start. I've said it before. For people who have any interest in getting into the Devil May Cry games, you should play them in order, not because of story or anything, because like DMC 3 is the first game timeline-wise. 3 is a prequel to like all of them. But because the games are so mechanically demanding, and because they evolve the mechanics with every entry, it's easiest to get into the series if you actually start at the beginning and work your way through as they kind of add on to the depth and mechanics. If we buy a game, does it increase the chance of you playing it on stream? What game are you asking that about? Fusion increases? But to emphasize my maybe, definitely not though, Devil May Cry addiction, to sell you on these games even more, I've mentioned this a couple times. I've been working on trying to get max rank on all the missions in all the games, because I actually just like, the games are so intrinsically motivating, like they just make you want to be better. Okay, a knight that happens to be Hollow. I'm down to play Hollow Knight. I'm down to play it, especially because it's on sale and it's indie, and I've been looking to pick up some indies this summer sale because like not much else is really jumping out to me this year. But I just this morning have officially S-ranked all of DMC 5 on normal difficulty. DMC5 has 6 difficulties. They've got essentially, like, they have all their own names for it because it's one of those games. They've essentially got, like, easy, normal, hard, very hard, and then they've got, like, a weird gimmick difficulty where it's, like, the enemies die in one hit, but so do you. And then they've got another gimmick difficulty above that. That's the hard difficulty, except for you die in one hit, but all the enemies have their health pools from the hard difficulty. So you have to do a full no damage run for each mission on that difficulty. But I've still got a long ways to go, especially just in 5, much less like the whole franchise the way I want to do it, but like I'm making progress. And that's mostly just to sell you on like how much replayability you can get. Not Hollow Knight, Dark Souls stream. I've thought about because like I really like Soulsborne stuff. And obviously, a lot of people who have joined through Elden Ring and shit do too. I've thought about doing like, just kind of like casual run-throughs of more Elden Ring, Dark Souls 1, Demon Souls, Dark Souls 2, stuff like that. Just like more casual, like not really challenge runs, but just like, yeah, we'll just chill, play some Soulsborne. It won't be like super consistent, because like, you know, obviously like new games are gonna come out and stuff. Like this year has some pretty big releases dropping at the end, right? So it's probably not gonna be like we're doing it every day sort of thing. Stream is choppy for me now. Is stream losing it? Question for everyone now. Because, like, it's one thing when Finn says it. Did I just die again? For some reason, like, I ran up to the hole and thought I would live. I'd be down to do... I would probably do Dark Souls... What does it randomize, though? Is it enemy placements? Is it area connections? Like, what does it randomize? Because I know, the only randomizer I've really played with is the RE remake one. Like the RE1 remake one. And that one is super funny. You can choose what to randomize. What are my options? That's the question. But the RE1 randomizer, or the remake, but you know what it is. You can have it set to like items, enemies, and areas. So sometimes when you play the RE1 randomizer, you'll like go from the main hall to what's supposed to be the dining room, right? But then you get put into like one of the guardhouse rooms that has like an ink ribbon in it and a tyrant, like the boss from the end of the game. That randomizer is super fucked. You can do an item randomizer, but keep things like keys so you're not soft locked. Oh, okay. Because yeah, the RE1 remake one, you get soft locked all the time. Like it's more of a gimmick than something you do a whole playthrough on. You know, it's just something to fuck around with. I feel like if I did do Dark Souls... Oh wait, would I need to have Prepare to Die edition for that? That's generally like the modded version, right? Do they have it for Dark Souls Remastered? Because I only got into the games like last year, so I don't have the old version. Either version works? Okay, good. Because I was like, I don't have that old one. They don't sell it anymore officially, so like... I would be kind of shit out of luck unless someone just happened to have a key who watches the streams. Which, like, yeah, no one's just got a key of, like, Dark Souls Prepare to Die edition laying in their inventory somewhere. Just go outside your house and show... Yeah. No, I don't think I'll ever do IRL streams. I've talked a bit about it before. I hate IRL streams. Like, not in the sense that I've done them, but, like... It just seems like IRL streams... Oh, shit. It just seems like IRL streams only ever seem to cause trouble, not just for the streamer, but for, like, everyone everywhere they go. Like, it just seems to cause so much trouble for anyone who's in your vicinity while you're IRL streaming. I hate IRL streams. I don't think I'll ever do them. Well, I didn't expect to actually get killed over and over again in a cave doing this, but here we are. Ooh. Yeah, that is rough for, like, just getting the old version of Dark Souls. Because, like, sure, Dark Souls Remastered is a shit remaster, but it's still just Dark Souls. Like, it's not like you're getting a lesser version of the game, right? Bruh. This bear. And I swear to God, before you say it, no, I'm not running past it. Even the remaster is 33 bucks? Really? People just not selling Dark Souls keys then? That's kind of weird, honestly. You'd think that would be, like, something that people would try to be selling. It seems like something that would sell well, and that those people who, like, get the keys to sell would be trying to sell. Because, like, I don't know. Kind of weird, but, like, okay. I know about the one that hides back here. Wanted to ask, why don't you run past the bear? Yeah. I feel like a lot of people who do say, like, oh, just run past it, they don't realize how soul hungry I am in these games. Like, I just can't leave things alive in Soulsborne games. I genuinely don't have it in me to just run past enemies. Come here, bitch. Start out with some iframes. I have to kill the throwing knife guy, and then I'm fine. Oh, wait. He has way less health, too. Okay. Well, there we go. That time. I can't believe I actually died to them, like, more than once. I feel really dumb. Because, yeah, I'm really overpowered for this area. Turn to entrance, and what's next that I have to clear out? Today's like a housekeeping day, as far as the all boss runs go. Goes. Just like, everything that's not dead will be dead. Okay, I need the map location for this. Oh, he's not very far. Wait, what? Oh, wait, no, he is. It's over here. I thought it was, like, right next to the tree that I'm at. Other tree. Got it. Millennia. Are you a big CD keys man? Or do you get your games straight from Steam no matter the price? It depends. I'm a pretty big stickler about, like, if the devs are still receiving royalties for the game, I'll never buy a key. But if it's like a game that's more expensive than it should be, considering like value, age, all that sort of stuff, plus the devs aren't still getting royalties from it, then I'm fine getting a key, because publishers aren't human, fun fact. They just aren't. So, it depends, but most of the time I'm not. There are just edge cases where I'm like, this is overpriced, devs aren't getting royalties anymore. One of them recently for me was Metal Gear Rising. Because like the old dev team that did it isn't getting paid for it in royalties anymore. It's just like whoever at Konami who's still getting all the royalty payments from that game's sales. And the game was like 30, 40 bucks. I can't remember which one on Steam. And I was like, that's pretty pricey considering it's like a 5-hour game from 12 years ago, and the devs aren't even getting money anymore for it, like, I'll just buy a key. Is it? It's nighttime. This is the bell-bearing hunter, right? The Walking Dead collection is 20 pounds on Steam, 3 on CD keys. Would you still care about the devs? I'm a shitty person, so I don't. I normally wait for sale on any game. I never buy games full price. I'm normally like sale or, in those edge cases, just buying a key. But I'm super, super rarely a full price purchase guy. Like, it has to be like a new release. It has to be like Elden Ring. Like, I bought Elden Ring full price because it just came out. Other than that, I only buy games on sale kind of person. Oh, you can get the armor from this guy. My armor.
Have a safe journey.
Sekiro, good game. I haven't played Sekiro yet. Then rest and make it night again? What the fuck? Oh, now the guy's gone. Hello. Okay, he's not gonna be terrible, but he has the potential to kill me. It's important to know where I stand with these guys. Why does level 150 actually not feel over-leveled right now? Like, maybe it's slightly over-leveled, but like, for this being a copy-paste boss, this is like about the challenge I generally expect from something like this, from a fight of this variety. But yeah, I don't know on Sekiro. It's one of the Soulsborns, and I do consider it a Soulsborne that I haven't played. I haven't played Sekiro, Bloodborne, or Souls 3 as of right now. Those are the ones that I haven't played. Souls 3 and Sekiro just because I haven't gotten to them. And Bloodborne because it's on PS4. And I'd rather not, like, set up my PS4 again and pay, like, 60 bucks for a game that's gonna run at like 20 FPS on a console I don't even enjoy playing on. So it's just like, I'm waiting for that inevitable Bloodborne PC port at this point. Because Sony did say in an investors call earlier this year that they want all their exclusives on PC by like 2025, 2026. So it's like, we know Bloodborne is coming to PC at some point in the next 3 or 4 years. And I'm fine just waiting until that day comes and then playing it. Because I'll just get a better first-time experience out of it by doing that, so. I really want to play Bloodborne. It looks fantastic. It's just, I don't want to play it at like 20 FPS on a console that I think is shit. Because I have the hot take that I don't like my PS4. I way preferred the Xbone to my PS4. And this is not like console war bullshit before that starts. I always have to clarify that I was, like, ever since I was a kid, I've always been both PlayStation and Xbox. Like, I've always, like, jumped between both of them. I'm not a big, like, console war guy at all. Just for our information, is it guaranteed that at 900 subs, the profile pictures of Discord peeps will go on your wall? Not guaranteed, but like 90%, 95%-ish. Like, very small chance it doesn't happen, so not guaranteed. And it's not even because I have a specific reason, it's just, you know, I might think of some reason not to. The game was so good, it just felt good, but I'm at the point where I can't do 30 FPS. But, like, the thing with the PS4 and Bloodborne especially is that it doesn't even hold 30 FPS. Like, the game is notorious for dropping under 30 FPS constantly on PS4, which is the only place it is. So, like, pretty much the game is just notorious for running like ass, which is why I said, like, 20 FPS. Wait, have I done this? Oh wait, no, I haven't. There's a cave around here, probably like down there, I would assume. How am I gonna get to that? Is that go here and go the other way? I'm taking this to Twitter right now. This is impossible. Yeah, someone not getting caught up in console wars. Incredible. Never heard of before. And it has awful anti-aliasing? Really? Is it that it has bad aliasing, or is it that it doesn't have aliasing? Because there's a difference. Like, is it that there's aliasing that's bad, so it's just like way too rounded out? Or is it like there's just not aliasing and there's jaggies everywhere? Because now I'm curious. I haven't heard about the aliasing before. And I played the game for like 30 minutes because I got it for free with like PS Plus years ago. But the frame rate, again, did it to me. Like, technically, Bloodborne was the first Soulsborne that I played. Going off of that, because I did play it for like 20, 30 minutes when I got it for free. It's Jaggy Central. It sounds like they just don't have aliasing on it then. Because aliasing is not super expensive on hardware, but considering that game can't even hold, or game couldn't even hold at 30 FPS without the aliasing, it's like, yeah, they might have just ditched it for the sake of at least making their performance a little more consistent. Completely possible that happened. But, you know, it would have been like 2017 when I played it, so I was still like a fucking console baby at the time. No offense to my console babies. I just wouldn't have noticed if there was no aliasing. I love console babies, by the way. Because I don't give a shit if you play on console or PC. I'm just saying, like, when I refer to people as console babies, it's like, after you spend a lot of time on PC, you start to notice a lot more of that technical stuff that, like, when I used to play on console, I never, like, noticed those big problems with, like, technical issues and shit like that. Am I supposed to get down there somehow? Like, the fuck? I can see, maybe Torrent could survive that. There's just no way. I miss trophies so much. Oh wait, it's nowhere near as deep as it looks. Never mind. You mean specifically PlayStation trophies? Oh yeah, getting platinum trophies is like the best thing about PlayStation, honestly. Like, I think that's their best feature in my opinion. At least that they have over other platforms. Honestly, like, platinum trophies are great. Steam, you can't say they haven't tried. Because Steam now has, like, their perfect games, right? That you can showcase on your profile. But, like, it's just not the same. It really just isn't the same. I would love Steam to, like, you know how Steam has the badges for if you get all the trader, or yeah, trading cards for a certain game, and that you get like a badge that you can display for it? What if they gave you the badge for getting like a platinum in the game, like getting every achievement? I would love that. Like, I don't even have many platinum games on, or perfect games, sorry, on Steam. I have like Apex Legends, and that's pretty much it. But I would still like to display them when I get them. I'm probably going to do Souls 1 because it seems really easy to get platinum in that. It seems like time consuming, but just something that if I picked away at like an achievement or two each time that I did a new playthrough of the game, I could get it done in really no time. Like, I could have it done by probably next year. If I just like passively, every time I replayed the game, did 1 or 2 achievements each time that I haven't done naturally. Because they just have stuff like, oh, you know, upgrade a lightning weapon to its maximum potential. It's just like, I haven't used lightning upgrade. Like, I haven't even touched that upgrade path before. Because, like, if you're playing Dark Souls and you're not using fire or chaos, you're just doing it wrong. Let's be honest. Let's just keep it a buck. I want a little ding when I get a trophy. That's one of my big things with Steam, too, is, like, no sound effect for getting achievements. Steam, overall, is the best platform that I've ever used gaming-wise, but that doesn't mean it's perfect, you know? Black Knight Halberd doesn't need any elements. You're using the Black Knight Halberd, and that's already a problem. Sorry. I gotta keep it real with you. Where the fuck is this cave? Is it up top? Like, if I'm just keeping it real with you, Tom, first problem is that you're using Black Knight Halberd. Because, hear me out. Hear me out. You're wild for thinking Black Knight Halberd is bad. I'm not. Black Knight Halberd is great in, like, early to late game. It does objectively the best DPS. At base, yes. When fully upgraded with stat scaling, the default halberd outclasses it. If you fully scale a character build, the default halberd is literally just better. The default halberd is actually the best halberd in the game in Souls 1 once you get it upgraded with stat scaling. I have almost finished a playthrough with a halberd build that I've been scaling, and oh my god. I'm doing a quality build with it, because it scales equally with strength and dex. So, like, thing is fucking nuts. That thing rips. I'm at, like, 35 strength, 35 dex, and I've got it at, like, plus 12, I think. And, like, hot damn, the DPS on that thing is nuts. There's a secret tunnel? Is that what this is? Don't you dare come into my field of expertise. Okay, you might have the Souls 1 expertise, but hear me out. Hear me out. Making builds, kind of my expertise, as like a general statement. That's kind of what I do when I love playing RPGs purely because I love making builds. Like, dude, my KOTOR build, if you've been watching the videos, I haven't really pointed it out during the recordings because I don't want to, like, call attention to it too soon. And, like I kind of want to hold off and call attention to it later. But my build in KOTOR is already busted. Like, I've already broken my build in KOTOR, and I'm level 4. That game is insane in terms... There it is! In terms of how soon you can break a character build. And of course, I never knew that. Because the last time I played the game, I was like 7. The game that taught me how to make builds, and the game that made me interested in systems design, I know I've talked about this before, but just not very often, was Path of Exile, which I started playing like 3 years ago. And ever since then, I have realized that, like, I literally play RPGs just to make builds sometimes. Like, dude, I think, honestly, it's a big reason why I enjoyed Cyberpunk as much as I did. I hate Scarlet Rot for this reason alone. Like, the actual puddle shit of it. Ugh. But Cyberpunk had a great, perk system. It had a great loot system. And just the general build variety in it was really, really good. And I think that's a big reason why I enjoyed Cyberpunk so much. Can you tell me some fun games that don't require my full attention? This is Steam sale related, I'm sure. I'm sure you've played Borderlands already. But that's a great one. Games that don't require your full attention. Because, like... Tom, hear me out. You gotta give DMC HD Collection a go as soon as you can. Because I just need more people to talk to and nerd out about DMC. Okay? Like, I just need more people to nerd out with over the DMC games. And my buddy Jack, who played DMC1 last year. I haven't given an update on this for a bit because like no one cares, because no one in my streams plays DMC apparently. Except for, I can't remember who it was, but someone recently I was talking to about DMC in chat. Like maybe last week. But Jack, who played DMC1 last year, thought it was pretty okay, played a mission of 2 immediately afterwards, and was like, this is actually one of the worst games I've ever played. And then he took a long-ass break. He just recently started DMC3 like 2 weeks ago. He has now finished DMC3. He has played about half of a hard mode playthrough on DMC3. And he picked up 4, 5, and the reboot on the summer sale. And he is already like 6 or 7 missions into DMC4, and he started it yesterday. Which, by the way, just for reference, he's like maybe 2 or 3 hours into DMC4, and he first opened the game yesterday. Like, he was like, yeah, I'm gonna start DMC4 up, see what I think, and he played like 3 hours of it. Off of that, just, you know, I'll give it a quick shot, see what I think statement. I'm not in the hack and slash mood, and to be honest, if I was... Okay. Okay. Tom, you've triggered a Cole pet peeve. DMC, to be fair, when you look at it, looks like hack and slash. Like, God of War is hack and slash. But DMC is not. Even though they look really similar when you see gameplay of them, they are so incredibly different. It's one of those things where, like, you don't know until you know, and then once you know, it's gonna drive you crazy when everyone else calls it that. The weird thing with DMC is that it's kind of its own thing, and it hasn't become a big enough thing in the industry to, like, warrant its own subgenre naming yet. And so DMC is one of the weird ones where, like, I don't even know what to call DMC really. It kind of fits into character action, but not entirely. It kind of fits into style fighter the best, but it just... It almost feels like you're simplifying it too much by calling it a style fighter. You know what I mean? In the way that Arma and COD are both FPS. Yeah. Yeah, I'll give you that. That is a fair point to make, and you lessened the pet peeve rage. Oh my god. But you still grinded my gears when you said that. That's the second one. That's really cool. That would have been awesome if I had gotten my ass kicked by the first one, if I had done this when I was actually the level to do this. Oh. That's the thing. Everyone was like, oh, you need the gold scarab when I was farming. There it is. Yeah, it's like they're both hack and slash, but the actual intricacies of the mechanics and systems make them very different, even though they both fit into like the same umbrella. You know, it's one of those types of things. It's like, yeah, Outlast and Resident Evil are both horror games, but like, holy fuck, are they different? They are so very different. All right, we got a dragon. Let me see where you are. Location. Yeah, the thing with DMC is so interesting, because, like, I don't even know what to... The thing that I most commonly refer to DMC as is character action, because I feel like it fits the best? I don't know very much about the games, but I saw a long-form God of War knockoffs view, and they define the difference between God of War and DMC video. Yeah, I read view and knew what you meant, but like, yeah. Well, okay. I will temper your expectations. DMC 1, just like feel-wise, when we talk about the controls and everything, it does feel similar to God of War, like the original God of War. Which is intentional, because like God of War was very much like a DMC inspired game, right? DMC is a lot more challenging, like a lot more. I don't think I've ever died on God of War's normal mode in my life. Being completely honest with you. Okay, maybe that's an exaggeration, because, like, I first played the games when I was a kid. But, like, I'll say, ever since my first playthrough of God of War, I don't think I've ever died on normal mode. I've only played that first Hydra level in God of War. I need to play more. Like, you've only played a level of God of War 1? Or have you played, like, 2 and 3? I think you've played 4, right? God of War 1 is a game that I respect. It's a game that I really liked when I was a kid. It's a game that did not age very gracefully. And nowadays, after a couple more recent replays, I can say that God of War 1 doesn't do it for me. Like, the game is easy to the point where it puts you to sleep. The combos are just really janky, just really clunky. It's actually hard to put combos together just because the controls are kind of whack in that game. It's probably better than DMC now. I also played half a level of 3, then decided to go back. Okay, 3 is good. I like 3. Not as much as the others, but I'm a big fan. Yeah, I've said my piece about 2018. Haven't even tried it, but like for good reason. I have like actual valid reason to why I just have not even picked up 2018 yet. I'll probably pick it up once it's like 20 bucks. I feel like at 20 bucks, I'll enjoy it for that price point. But like, yeah. The combat looks okay. And, you know, the story looks great. I just need more than that, man. It's free on PlayStation. I don't want to play it on PlayStation. Just don't. Like, it's on PC already. There's no reason for me to play it on PlayStation aside from it's free. I just really rather would not. Like, I would like to play it with its full, like, texture res and everything. You know, not running at 30 FPS. Is it 30 or 60 FPS cap on PS4? Because I don't have a PS5 and I don't have a PS4 Pro. On base PS4, it's 30 FPS, yeah? God of War 4 just doesn't interest me very much. Makes so much more sense. Yeah, dude, I don't want to play that shit on PS4. The fuck? Like, I really don't want to play. I honestly, not to dog on the PS4 too hard, because I feel the same way about my Xbox One. Before I say this, but I genuinely just don't want to play a game on my PS4 again. Again, I feel the same way about my Xbone. I just don't want to play a game on those consoles ever again, in full honesty. Like, any time that I'm like, oh, there's a game that I can only play on Xbone or only play on PS4, it's like, yeah, it's not worth it. I'll just cross my fingers for a port. Like, I just genuinely do not want to go back to console. Even, like, playing Red Dead 1 on the Xbone wasn't awful, because, like, it runs at 60. Obviously, like, there's no PC port, and I don't really think there will be one for the foreseeable future. Like, that was fine when I did that for stream. I would have never done that just for my own personal enjoyment. Like, I never would have set up the console just to play it myself. I literally only did it to stream it. Yeah, dude, it's just like... Even like Gears of War, I really want to play the Gears games again, because I loved them when I was younger, and I miss playing them because they're bangers. I just don't want to set up my Xbox. The PS4 is just a worse PS5. I mean, yeah. I mean, that really, like, it is a problem with the last couple of gens that, like, it's the same for both consoles. Like, the PS5 is a slightly upgraded PS4, and the Series X is a slightly upgraded Xbone. It's nowhere near, like, the leap that 360 to Xbone and PS3 to PS4 was, you know? And then, like, obviously before that, Xbox to Xbox 360, PS2 to PS3, like, consoles used to be such massive jumps and improvements, but just because of how much, like, graphical tech has slowed down for games recently, we're just not having that. And because the components to run, like, games at their fullest potential now are not cheap. It's so hard for newer consoles to actually make a new gaming system affordable. And that's why you saw, like, you know, or I should say why you see that, like, to run games at 1080p, or sorry, at 4K, the games have to cap at 30 FPS. Like, you can't play games at 4K and 60 FPS. They just can't do both at one time. Because, obviously, the consoles have to keep it affordable, because that's why consoles exist. But it's just getting harder and harder to do that. So you saw such a small improvement between the console gens. It's really unfortunate. Like, I feel for my console boys in that regard. Because it's like, what happens when the affordable option is A, no longer affordable, and B, no longer that much of an improvement? I feel like this gen wasn't terrible, but I have a strong feeling, like a strong gut feeling, that the next console generation is going to be just like the one that sends everyone to PC. You know what I mean? Did you do the method where you use the flail? Question mark? Question mark, question mark, question mark? What was that? The flail? Are you talking to me or Brody? Hold on, use a pickled foul foot. The item discovery one, I'm assuming? Yeah, I was just like, huh? Flail? Are you gonna ever try the Steam? No. Here's my opinion on the Steam Deck, okay? I have a buddy who ordered a Steam Deck. And I was talking to him about this. And I'm like, I feel like there is certainly a demographic out there for which the Steam Deck is great. I am not part of that demographic. Because, like, the appeal of the Steam Deck is playing games on the go, like full PC games on the go, or emulation. And, like, I have my Switch as far as games on the go. Like, you know, I've got fucking, like, Mario 64, Mario Sunshine. What else do I have on my Switch? Smash Ultimate. Like, I have all that I will ever need for portable gaming, considering how incredibly rare it is that I ever need to play games on portable, right? Like, the only times I've ever used my Switch's portable feature is either, like, playing A Link to the Past in bed, speaking of emulation, or playing games, like, on an airplane to kill time. Like, I never use my Switch in its portable mode. It's always docked. Do you agree that games need to start becoming exclusive to next gen? Yes. 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 Because, like, the amount of people who... I feel so bad for people who stay on last gen because they feel like they can't afford the new consoles, right? Or for whatever other reason. But typically the reason that you see people stay on last gen is because they can't afford the new console, right? And those people, like, stay there and then buy a couple of games that, you know, that they want to pick up that are new games, but they also have, you know, versions being sold on the last gen. And one of the biggest examples was, like, or in recent memory, was Battlefield 2042 on the Xbox One. And the PS4, I think, also had this bug, but it was mostly an Xbone thing. Did anyone see the flickering issue on the Xbone port of Battlefield 2042? Because if you've seen it, it's not just like some textures would flicker in and out. It was like the entire screen would flicker constantly when it started, and it would be really fast. And they actually had to issue an epilepsy warning on that version of the game because they couldn't fix it for so long. What the fuck is Xbone? It's Xbox One. You fucking... Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. You know. But the game genuinely flickered so much to the point where they had to issue a warning on that version of the game. And, like, it was... I feel so bad for people who stay on last gen and then want to pick up, like, a game or two, and then they just get, like, really shitty downgraded versions of that game. And it's, like... It's hard to even feel bad for it because it's, like, you know... It's the downgraded version. Am I wrong to say that? Because, like, I said that once in Discord, and Mikkel was just like, the fuck? No? But it's like... I mean, you know it's the downgraded version, regardless of whether they're marketing it as being a perfectly viable alternative or not. It's like, it's games marketing in AAA. How often are they not lying at this point? It's pretty rare to not get lied to by AAA marketing at this point. Which sucks, but, like, it's true. Like, I don't trust anything that AAA publishers say anymore, dude. And I can't be the only one. After, like, the last fucking 6 years of AAA games, I just don't fucking trust publishers at all. Which is my joke from, like, 30 minutes to an hour ago that I made about publishers not being human. That's part of what goes into that joke. I thought he thought you were saying it's okay that they do that. No, it's not okay, but it's like... It's something that, as a consumer, I kind of expect them to do, you know? I'm not saying it's a good practice for them. I'm just saying, like, as a consumer, I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, yeah, I know how this goes by now, and I just don't trust it, right? Like, I've been around the block long enough at this point. I just know how these, like, last-gen ports typically go. But yeah, like, Cyberpunk is also a good recent example. Look at the last-gen versions of that, dude. Fuck. Even the current-gen Cyberpunk was a mess. The fact that they even tried to do the last-gen version is, like, it was purely just a cash grab, right? Like, there was no other reason. There's gotta be a boss in this fort. There's no way. Hold on. I'm jumping off the top tower. Down into the fort. But... yeah, it's just entirely, like... I think at this point, games should be only developed for, like, the console that they are intended to be played on. Because, honestly, developing them for the previous generations not only takes time and resources out of the main version of the game, but also the people who end up buying those versions get, like, downgraded versions anyway. Like, intentionally downgraded versions. I just genuinely feel like at this point it would be better to move on from doing, like, cross-generational releases and just, like, when you're making a game, fucking shit. Just pick a system, you make the game for that system, you release it on that system. People are quite upset that the Gotham Knights old-gen versions got cut. Honestly... let's talk about Gotham Knights real quick. That game release is going to be a mess no matter what. I firmly believe it. As much as I want that game to be really good, because I love the Arkham games, right? Like, I have, ever since I was a kid, I've loved the Arkham games. That game is going to be a mess on release, and I have no doubt in my mind of it. I can only imagine if they had, like, part of their team working on developing the last-gen ports. Ain't no way Gotham Knights is so extensive they needed PS5 only. No, it's just, I think a lot of people don't realize how many resource, or the amount of resources and time that go into those cross-generational ports. Like, it's a lot of time. Not to pull it out, not to say the thing, but like, everyone knows the thing. At least if you've been around here for a bit, you know the thing. I don't even have to say it, but like, I have my, what's it called? My credentials on this one. I know what I'm talking about on this one. Those cross-generational ports take a lot of time and a lot of resources away from the main game being worked on. In my, like, it's one of those things that before, I pretty much thought it was, like, harmless. Like, yeah, you know, put out a version for people who don't want to upgrade. But now that I know how much goes into it, and how much it takes away from the actual base game, it's like, we should not be fucking making these. Why do we even do this? Because the only reason is money, right? And obviously, like, it's not a dev thing in terms of, like, you know, them wanting the cash grab. Sometimes it is, but it's normally not. Normally the devs, like 99 out of 100 times in the industry, the game developers do genuinely want the very best thing for the game. Like, they only want to make a game that people will enjoy, right? And make money along with it. My trigger is not working. There we go. You know, it happened once and I wasn't gonna say anything, but then the second time it nearly fucking killed me and I was like, the fuck? What percent of gamers are still on the old gen? I mean, in total, it's a good bit, but I would say it's less than 50 as of this point in the generation. And I'm very confident saying that. Even my personal friends, like IRL friends who don't really play games a lot, like they're kind of like, yeah, I play Apex and Warzone on occasion. Even like every single one of my friends IRL who's like that, they've all moved on to PS5 or Series X at this point. And they don't even like care about gaming that much. It's just like, you know, maybe I play like 3 hours a week and I just play the shit games. Let's be real. Even those guys have like upgraded their consoles. So I don't think many players are on exclusively last gen at this point. It's definitely not 50-50. I would say more than 50%. Okay, well, if you're saying, you know, compare the amount of people who own a PS4 to the amount of people who own a PS5, the PS4 has more than double the PS5 owners, definitely. But in terms of, like, people who actively play games, as in, let's say, 2 hours a week or more, I would say more than 50% of those people are on the newer consoles by this point. At least from what I seem to understand. There are way more people on PS4, I guess. I mean, I think it's more my exposure that makes me skew that way. Because keep in mind, like, and it's the same way with all of us, like, we are people who are interested enough in games to where we spend time in our days, either in my case, creating content around them, or in all of your guys' cases, consuming YouTube streams or videos around video games. Like, we are in the very, very top group of, like, people who are very interested in video games. So out of, like, circles like this one, it's gonna be way more than 50%. I would say 60 plus. So maybe it's just that exposure that skews my understanding. But now that you're pointing out, like, generally speaking, along with just shortages and everything, I would assume that a lot of people are still on old gen. What's he been saying? All that I said this time was that I thought there were more people who have upgraded to, like, the new consoles than who are still exclusively on the old ones. We've been on a good roll. Yeah, it hasn't been bad. That was the only, like, whack thing I said today. Well, not today, but, like, in the last hour. But I absolutely will stand by, like, cross-generational releases of a single video game are really, really bad for the game. Like, really bad for the game. I honestly feel like it's a practice the industry should move on from. I don't know if there's a boss here. I don't think there is. I think this is just a fort. Genuinely, I don't think there's a boss here. Maybe there is, but I'm not finding it. Oh, fuck. Oh, wait, I live? I survived that? Okay. Which it wants. Send me a PS5 and I'll preach the newest gen only. I don't think there's a boss here. You get a key item. Yeah, it's just the thing. Oh, wait, hold on. What lift does that go to? Because there was... Oh, wait, is it this one? The Dectus one? It is, isn't it? I don't think I've gotten the other thing for that. Okay. You know what? I'll go check that out now because I've just been cleaning up all day. A new area inside? It's probably just... Oh, it's a talisman? Is it a talisman that would complement my build or not? Just give it to me straight. I don't need to know exactly what it does, but would it be good for my build or is it, like, not worth going back? Tell it to me how it is, boys. It would be good? Really? I have a hard time believing you. Totally. Bird doesn't know. I don't listen to Bird. You still haven't done this? Because I never got that half of the medallion. I only just got it. I've said it a good bit with this game, but I think you need to strike a balance when you make games like this of having a path for the player to go down, or how should I word this? You need to be able to find the balance of having that open-ended design and freedom in how the player approaches the entire progression of the game, and, like, you know, pushing them towards things. And I don't think this game pushes you towards enough. I think that FromSoft went full on, like, freedom, fuck yeah, and I don't think they push you along the path enough. Purely because it's like, I only ended up there because I was going back to housekeep the bosses, and now that I have finally gotten up this lift, I'm doing that. I think that the old FromSoft games did a great job. Like, the vast majority of areas in Dark Souls 1, you're gonna find on a standard playthrough because they do a great job kind of like threading you along. But then there are some more secret things like Ash Lake. Like, friend of the show Sam, who recently played Dark Souls 1, he never went to Ash Lake. He didn't know it existed. But, like, you know, having things like that is great. That a lot of people are gonna miss on their first, like, natural playthrough. But this game seems to have, like, a ton of that. The Guidance of Grace. You'll find all you need. Yeah, it's only what you... Oh, he also never went back to the asylum. He also never went back to the asylum or did Painted World. Now that you say that. There's more areas than just Ash Lake. But that was the one that came to mind for me immediately as, like, the cool secret. Make the next one even better. Yeah, generally, I'm a fan of the formula here. But I think the execution has a lot of flaws. And I don't think I can give Elden Ring a 10 out of 10. I don't feel comfortable giving it the title, like, Game of the Decade, like everyone else has been giving it. I really, really like it. It's like an 8.5 or a 9. Like, I still very highly rate it. But I've been hearing for months up to this point that this game was like the fucking Jesus Christ of the modern AAA industry. And it's honestly just, it's not quite that. I struggle to call it FromSoft's best. Honestly, I'm with you on that. I still feel like I haven't even played all the Soulsborne yet, right? But like, I honestly feel like Souls 1, not only I personally prefer it, but I think it's a more well-designed experience than this is. Every time that I criticize something in Elden Ring, if you haven't noticed the general through line of it all, it's like, it's too open. This game is open to a fault. Like, there's just... It's too focused on trying to make this, like, endless sandbox, and it loses a lot of its more focused design that it had in the older games in the series. Like Souls 1, shit like that. Because honestly, what this game has made me realize is that the combat is not the thing I loved in the FromSoft games. Because I always thought it was the combat. This game has made me realize how much I was sleeping on just their level design. If it was any less open, I wouldn't like it. Really. I know that Mikkel hasn't, but Blitnock, are you someone who's played like the old Soulsborne stuff? Or is Elden Ring also your first like exposure to it? Because I know, honestly, for the majority of people who have been playing Elden Ring, it's their first Soulsborne game. I like exploration and survival games. Okay, so this is your first FromSoft title then? I mean, all I'm saying is when you get like a good sale price or something, give Dark Souls 1 a shot. You might kind of be like, hey yo, this is doing something. Okay. Cause like, I was always like mildly interested in the Soulsborne games, but it was always like, you know, it was like way on my backlog. It's like someday I have to play Dark Souls because like, if I'm gonna do game design and all that shit, like I have to have played Dark Souls. It was one of those games, right? It was in the spot that like currently I have like Mega Man and Breath of the Wild. It's like someday, purely because I'm a designer, I have to play those and get a good understanding of them. But that day is not today. That day is not tomorrow. Like, sometime I'll get to it, but I have no idea when. But my buddy made me play Demon's Souls, and I was like, holy shit, I love this game. Then I played Dark Souls 1, and I was like, holy shit, it's just Demon's Souls, but better. I played DS1 to prep for this game, and I don't think I'll go back to it. I love this game in the combat, but for many other reasons. But like, okay, hear me out. This is specifically for people like Korn who have played Souls 1 and Elden Ring, right? It's like, what if we could get Elden Ring's scale and combat with like Dark Souls 1's level design? You know, like, I'm all for having this giant world with like a shit ton of branching paths and shit. But make it kind of like, make the areas feel like old Dark Souls areas. Like where they're a very focused, like, sort of branching design. You know what I mean? Like, I'm all for the scale and the open-endedness of it, but like, focus it in a little more. Like, rein it in to make it a little more tightly designed. It's like, Sandbox is great. Like, Sandbox is awesome because it's just like, yeah, you can just hop in and, like, anything can happen. But the issue with Sandbox for me has always been, like, the lack of specifically curated moments. Which, I've played a lot of open world games and it's typically not my thing. This game does have way more curated moments than the average open world. But it's just not quite to where I would hope for it to be. You know what I mean? It's very close. Just not quite there. Have you seen True Detective? No. I think they will in the next one based on the learning from this one. It's interesting thinking about, like, will they do another Elden Ring next? Or are they likely to do, like, a Dark Souls 4 or a Bloodborne 2 or something of that variety? Or maybe something entirely new, like another new IP. I've disliked most open world games I've tried recently, including Witcher 3. Thank you. The Witcher 3 has to be one of the most overrated games in the industry over the last few years. It's good. I appreciate why people like it, but it's kind of boring. It's kind of boring. I want Dark Souls 4. I have a strong feeling that an Elden Ring 2 is not going to be their next title. Why do people love the game so much? It's for the writing and for the quest design. But I agree that, like, it presents you this big, like, open-ended world, and then it's like, okay, but you have to go here. You know what I mean? Like, people who have played The Witcher 3 know exactly what I mean. They make it seem like you've got this big open world and all these different quest lines to go down. But then it's like, but you have to do this if you want to have any sort of, like, hope of doing anything. A sci-fi game? I would also be willing to play a sci-fi FromSoft game. Okay, hold on. I'm trying to find the next location, but I'm also trying to read chat because I was, like, in the middle of design discussion, and so I'm trying to not, like, completely abandon it, but at the same time, I need to find the next thing I gotta go kill. It looks like it's here-ish. There we go. Looks like it's on the bridge. It's the Knights Cavalry, so I have to go to nighttime for it. I recently played Outer Worlds. Horrible. I haven't played it yet. I'm interested because I really like Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas, and it looks a lot like those, but it's calling those games open world is like, yeah, they're open world, but they're not open world in the way that a lot of people want to have an open world, if that makes sense. Like, a lot of people hear open world and they just want to, like, go around and do whatever. Stream stutter, you're right. That time it was me. I looked over right when I saw that and saw a red light. That might fix it. We'll see. We need a Zelda for PS5. I hate to break it to anyone who is holding out hope. No Nintendo property is leaving Nintendo consoles anytime soon. Like, at least for the next decade, minimum, it's just not gonna happen. And even beyond that, I doubt it'll happen. Nintendo knows that they have, like, their own games on their own systems, and there's no other place you can buy them. And that is, like, their business model. Like, they completely rely on that. Oh, wait, this guy didn't die to the fire damage thing. So, like, it's just not gonna happen. More of a chance of Halo going to PS5? True. I would not be surprised to see, maybe not Halo Infinite, but like MCC, like Tom is saying. I would agree that there's an actual chance that MCC could go over to PlayStation by the end of this gen. I think that could definitely happen. Microsoft and Sony are both seeming more and more open to the idea of putting their titles on other platforms, which is a good thing, because let's be honest, chat. One of what has to be my least controversial takes of all time. Console exclusivity for games fucking sucks. Like, there's just no positive to it. Aside from the fact that, that publishers make more money. But again, as I said earlier, and I'm perfectly fine repeating, publishers are not human. Fuck 'em. I feel like... I fought... Oh, wait, no. No, I didn't. Oh. Okay. No, I did not do this. Hold on. I disagree about... You don't. He's fucking with me. He can't actually disagree on this. Tom, my boy. My brother in Christ. Thought the game crashed? No, that was me accidentally completely tabbing out of it. They had a meeting about it, it just didn't work out. Yeah, from what I understand, the way that went, because like there's not many details publicly, but what it sounds like happened is Microsoft went to Sony and was like, hey, we would love to put some of our exclusives on your platform, but in return, we would like to ask that you allow a couple of your exclusives on our platform. And like, Microsoft doesn't have much, so we can assume that they offered one of or multiple of Halo, Gears of War, and Forza. Definitely Halo at the very least, and then maybe Gears and Forza were in there. And it sounds like Sony got that deal presented to them and pretty much said, haha, fuck off, not worth our time or our money. I'm exaggerating, obviously. But like, the more realistic, less meme-y version is like, kind of along the same lines. Microsoft went to them and was like, hey, we're down to make this deal. If you could maybe give us, like, you know, a couple of your exclusives, maybe Horizon, maybe Days Gone, something of that variety. And Sony essentially would have been like, here's the thing. Your Halo franchise that has not had a mainline release in almost 6 years is not worth the same value as our God of War franchise, which won Game of the Year 4 years ago. Like, you are getting more out of this than we are. So we need like equal value or the deal is not happening. That seems to be the more realistic, less meme-y version of what that discussion would have been like. Because from what I understand, Microsoft approached Sony and Sony denied the deal. That's what I heard at least. But again, like, there's just no actual public details about that. I've just heard rumors. Because, like, the gaming industry seems a lot bigger than it is. It's not very big. So, like, rumors spread, dude. Let me tell you. Speaking of rumors, chat, and console exclusivity, I still don't know what's happening with the Gears of War collection. Because I have been publicly on record so much at this point talking about the fact that I can practically personally assure you that that collection exists. Like, somewhere, at some studio, on some hard drive, that collection exists. But I do not know what they're doing with it. I heard that it was in development for the first time, like, last year. And I had always heard from that point, even just through every time I've heard about it since, that it was planned for release on, like, the new Series X, as well as PC at the end of this year, like, holiday season. And yet, like, the Xbox showcase was a couple weeks ago at, like, Summer Games Fest, and nothing. Not a peep about Gears of War. So I'm kind of sitting here like, you know, shrug shoulder emoji, like, I just don't know. I don't know. Maybe it got delayed to next year internally, and I just haven't heard through, like, you know, people that I know that happened. I don't know. Just don't. I have no idea what happened to the Gears collection. I really expected to see it at the Summer Games Fest a couple weeks ago, and it just wasn't there. And I was kind of like, huh, that's weird. And that's the last that I've really put thought into it. Oh. Do I have to go to Radon's for this one? This is the one that I have to go to Radon's for, isn't it? You guys were talking about a catacomb down there. This is the one. Sure. But yeah, like, I also would say Gears of War collection on PC, instant purchase. Because I even said earlier this stream, like, I would love to play the Gears of War trilogy again. But I just don't want to put in, like, I don't want to set up my Xbox and play it at 30 FPS. I just don't. Frankly, I just don't want to do that. Or I guess I could play it at 60 on my Xbox One. But still, I just don't want to set up the Xbone. I just don't. Simply, I just would rather not play games unless it's on my PC. I'm at that point. How would you feel about a remake of Combat Evolved? Do you think it's too soon since the shitty remaster released? I don't think the game needs a remake. I think it would be cool. I don't think it would really be worth it. I don't think there's much they could do to actually meaningfully build on what was there, aside from, like, it gets hard actually talking about how to approach a remake like that. Because, like, Combat Sandbox, yeah, that's a gimme, right? Story is, like, part of the appeal of CE's story is how simple it is, in my opinion. I don't think it needs to be expanded beyond what it is. And one of the best things that you could do in a remaster, or a remake, sorry, of CE is you could get rid of all the copy-paste shit. But at that point, it's like, okay, so let's replace the entire second half of the campaign. It's like, put Combat Evolved in the Infinite engine. Like, I don't know, man. Like, I stand by pretty much exactly what I just said, where it's like, the idea is good. The idea is great. But then you start getting into specifics of, like, how to approach it. And it's just like, I feel like any actual change that would be made would be a change that would take away from what the game is, you know? Like, I feel like every time that we start tweaking things with that game, we start losing Halo CE, if that makes sense. It's the same way that I would never want, like, a Dark Souls 1 remake. Because that game is like, as soon as you start changing even small things, you start losing Dark Souls, you know? I would feel the same way with this game. Just generally FromSoft, I feel like as soon as you start changing things, like actual meaningful things, you start losing the original game. My number one thing that I want, it just wouldn't be Dark Souls, is the thing. Like, it's one of those games that you can't remake it and preserve the original at the same time. Like, the best remakes are things like RE2, or RE1 remake, too, along that line. The RE2 remake is the perfect remake, and I will never back off of that opinion. That is exactly, like, in every way, what a remake should be. Nothing more, nothing less. Okay, so on the map, I had to go back and tab over and remark the exact spot. It says it's here. Oh, it's further up. It's not even down this far. But RE2 was still very different. Yeah. But it's very different while not changing the settings, the layouts. Well, it changed the layouts, sorry, not the layouts. Without changing, like, the progression and the story, right? Aside from the fact that these scenarios effectively got gimped because they just didn't have the time and resources for it before release. Just look at Demon Souls. Demon Souls is not a remake. Sorry, had to say it again. Okay. You guys know how I tweeted about my pet peeve of people, like, misclassifying genres of games? You know what's even worse? People not understanding remake, remaster, and re-release. All three of them are different. Demon Souls is a remaster, and I know that it's called Demon Souls Remake. The amount of people who I've said it's not a remake, and they've said, but it's called Demon Souls Remake. Okay, I have to put down the controller and just quickly let myself think and throw this out there. Everyone, write it down, because this is actually, like, probably my biggest gaming pet peeve ever. This is it, right here. Boom. Ready? Here we go. A re-release would be like Dark Souls Remastered. Because Dark Souls Remastered didn't get visual upgrades. It got brought up in resolution. It got brought up in frame rate. It got re-released on current gen. Hence, re-release. The game was not remade from scratch. The code was not changed. Visual assets were not replaced. It's a re-release. A remaster would be either you go into the same thing, you don't change code or script or anything, you just replace visual assets. Think like Halo CE Anniversary, Halo 2 Anniversary. That's a remaster. The Demon Souls remake is a remaster, even though it was remade from scratch. Attack timings are the same. Item placements are the same. Level design is unchanged. It's a visual overhaul, animation-wise and asset-wise. But the actual gameplay is left unchanged with the exception of, like, they added an armor set and, like, 2 DLC weapons, I think. Again, remake is like RE1, RE2 sort of thing, where it's like, we took the game's story and settings, we took a lot of the stuff that was in the original, but we remade it, and we changed things up that make meaningful changes. Essentially, the TLDR for remake is it has to actually make meaningful changes to the gameplay to be considered a remake. If that can make sense. Like, mechanics or systems have to be changed in order for it to be a remake. I consider a port to just be moving a game from one platform to another. A remaster touches up the FPS. Oh, also, in response to there's no objective definition, there's not, like, a dictionary definition, but generally in dev circles, what I just described is, like, it's considered definition, like, objective definition. Like, if you ever study or you work in a studio, those are the definitions that will be drilled into you. Because, like me, a lot of actual professionals in the industry get very annoyed by people getting that wrong. So, like, if you're a junior designer at a studio and you misclassify a remaster or remake, get ready to feel the wrath of your coworkers, because, like, senior designers fucking hate that shit. Love how Cole says the TLDR when he doesn't even do a TLDR. No, the TLDR is, like, remake, it has to make meaningful changes to the gameplay. That's the TLDR, without me going into, like, examples and intricacies. That's just, like, the one sentence way to remember it. Are you a game designer? Yes. Yes. But unfortunately, the one game that I was working on got canceled about 3 weeks after I left. So, I'm a designer that does not have a shipped product. which for a lot of people is like, Omega lol, not a designer. I did work for about half a year on a product, and I've worked in development settings in the past and a little bit of computer science, and I studied unprofessionally for like a year before I went to study formally. That game got canceled? Yeah. What game was that? It didn't get an official name. It had a couple internal titles. One of them, even though the game didn't get shipped and is not going to get shipped, I still feel like I would get in trouble for saying it. Like, it's just one of those things that's like weirdly, like, I'm still scared to say it, even though I know logically that I have no reason to fear saying it. The team was called 90K. We didn't know if that was going to be our name that we shipped the game under, but, like, we weren't too worried about, like, having a nice, fancy studio name. 90K came out of a fucking running joke. Where we were all students at the time that we started work, and then we all graduated throughout different points in development in those few months. We were all students at the same school, the same program, and the joke was that our degree program cost like $86,000. And one of our guys always referred to his degree as his 90K receipt. And so when we were trying to think of just like a name to start working under, he just said 90K and we just threw it down. What kind of game was it? It was a... Let me say the working title that we would have gotten in trouble for, that we knew we were never going to keep, but it was generally the more common thing that we referred to it as internally. We typically referred to it as Floor to Kill, because the guy who first pitched the idea wanted to make something Killing Floor-esque, but generally it ended up being more of like this weird love child of like COD Zombies, Killing Floor. At one point, tower defense elements were thrown around, but it never actually got put into the design doc, and we never did anything to like actually make that functionality. It was just something that was thrown around. It was one of those things where like we had a design doc that we followed super strictly after we wrote it. There were two of us that wrote it. I was one of the guys that wrote it because I was systems designer, and so in an arcade game, your systems design is kind of the core of the experience. Like, it's literally like everything else revolves around it. So I didn't want to do the design doc because I fucking hate doing design docs. But I kind of got put in a spot where it's like, well, if you're our systems designer, like, you're gonna have to do the design doc. And I was like, how come it got canceled? It just didn't come along. A couple of the guys went into the master's program, and that started taking up a ton of their time. I moved across the country, so they lost their systems designer, because I didn't want to... Remote work in game dev is awful, and it's even worse when everyone is in person, and then you have one of your core designers who's remote. It gets so much worse. Where the fuck is the entrance to this cave? It was not so much that the game didn't come together. The game was in a fairly good spot. The issue was more that the team kind of fell apart. Because, like, they started the master's program and started getting super busy. I moved across the country. One of the guys got a job at Bungie just recently, and he's working on D2 right now. And it's just like all of that happened over like about 5 weeks. Okay, it is in Radahn's area. Okay. I was just like, what the fuck, man? In the cliff by the water. Got it. But yeah, like the team kind of fell apart like very quickly just because like circumstances just fucking stacked on each other like that. But as far as the game goes, I've talked about it once before. I talked about it right when they were talking about canceling it at first, because I was like, it's probably gonna get canceled because I knew what the direction we were going in was with that. Like, I could see that the team was really falling apart, and I was like, yep, that game's getting canceled. So I started talking about it before it officially got canceled. But I only spoke about it once for like 5 minutes. Yes, we beat Melania yesterday, and I'm just going around like past areas and cleaning up bosses that I missed now. But the game was, think like COD Zombies. Like, you know, zombies spawn per wave. Kill zombie to get points. Use points to open up the map. Buy guns. Our perk system was incredibly different from anything that like Zombies or Killing Floor has done. Because those were like kind of our two references. Our perk system was very different because like Zombies perk system is great. But when you've got me starting to design like build variety and shit, build diversity, sorry, not variety. Yeah, you're not going to get something as simple as like buy this thing that has one static effect. And I did talk about the perk and class system before, but it gets kind of complicated, and I don't have the doc up right now to read off of. So I kind of even get lost in it when I just talk about it off the top of my head. Especially now, it's been like a month since I worked in the systems, so I'm starting to lose it more and more. But essentially, think like there would be a vendor that you would go and interact with. It would open up a menu. There was a period between each wave, because immediately people are going to be like, when would you even do this? Between each wave, there would be about a minute. I just went by it. Fuck. There'd be about a minute, like, interim. And there was a thing where you could just, like, pause the game, and in the pause menu, there was a, the button just said skip wave, but we needed to come up with a better way to phrase it. But it said skip wave. It skipped the timer. I was not the, what's it called? UI designer. So I take no blame for this. It just said skip wave, but it would skip the timer down to like 5 seconds left when you used it. So there was a break in between waves, but if you didn't want that break, you could just skip it for any reason. But behind me, fuck. Wait, is it that? Yeah, it's that. I see it. I see it. Wait, no? Wait, no, that's just rock. The fuck? I am looking at the rocks now. You guys have me talking about systems now. What do you want from me? Fuck. Coughing. So you'd go up to this vendor and it would pull up a menu. And at the time that I left, there were 4 implemented classes. All up in the design doc, there were 10. Oh, it's all the way at the end. The fuck? But when I left, there were 4. There was a melee-based one. There was like an AR/LMG oriented one. There was one that used shotguns as like its specialty, and one that specialized in self-healing and team healing more, because co-op was something that was planned to get added in like later, even though it wasn't there yet. Rooms. So, kind of like a medic class, it was called. But there were the 4 classes, and you could buy each level of the class, like buying the first level was super cheap, because early game you need to start building out something aside from just buying guns, and since you're also buying guns and opening doors, the first level to any class was 500 points to buy into. And it would be something like the melee class would get like a 3% physical damage resistance, so like melee damage resistance per level. It would get a 5% damage increase with all melee weapons. And I can't remember what the third effect was. But generally speaking, each class that you'd buy into per level would have like 3 effects that would scale with it. And then each time you bought a level, there were also 10 perks that would randomly, one of them would be selected out of the pool of 10 for that class, and it would be made available to you for an additional purchase of 300 points. And so you'd have stuff like one of the strongest ones that I had in there at the time that I was probably gonna nerf, but it was in there when I left. It was in the build still at the time, even though I planned on nerfing it. It was a melee class perk that would raise your max health from 100 to 150. Which, the one defense for some of the perks being really, really strong is that not only did you have to buy the levels to unlock them, and the level cost did scale each time. It wasn't just 500 per level. It kept scaling more and more. Even though the perk costs didn't scale beyond 300. Well, they did, but one exception. Goodbye. The perks that were able to be pretty overpowered because of how much went into getting them in the first place. All up, it would just keep scaling, like point-wise and everything. And the one time that perks would be more than 300 was when you bought the final max level of a perk, which at the time that I left was level 6. It would unlock one of 5 random final perks, which were separate from the 10 I previously mentioned and were even stronger, but they cost 750, and again, you only get one out of the 5 per playthrough, rather than like 5 of the 10 randomly selected in total. Very in-depth system. Very, very broken and scalable if you were able to actually play for long enough to like max out more than one perk at a time. Like, if you maxed out the ARs and LMG-oriented classes, and you maxed out the shotgun class along with it, you would be broken because of the way that they would overlap with each other. Because I don't remember. There was something on the AR type class that scaled kind of universally, and I don't remember what that was. But I do remember that the shotgun class, with each level, would scale your fire rate with any weapon, and that included melee weapons, how fast you could swing them, as well as your penetration power for bullets on any weapon with each level. So if you scaled like your fire rate and your bullet pen with the shotgun class, but then you also went heavy into like ARs and LMGs, yeah, you like combining those 2 classes was super powerful. Same with like combining the self-healing oriented class with the melee class, because you get more damage resist from the melee class, and then you get better self-heals from the medic class. Like, combining multiple different things for unique builds was very much part of it. Combining the shotguns in the melee class to get faster attack speed and shit like that, right? Like, it was very intentional that if you were able to survive long enough and build up enough points, you were able to get some really, really strong builds going with the system that was in place. Like, yeah, it was broken, but like, the wave scaling was not even close to done when I left. But that game got fucking hard when you got like really far into it. Like, fucking hard. Thoughts on Kingdom Hearts? Never played them. They don't seem interesting to me personally. What kind of microtransactions you add in? I mean, we didn't want microtransactions, but we also would talk about it a good bit because it's kind of like... It's almost, at this point, a reality of, like, you know... If you're releasing a game and you're trying to get backed by investors / publishers, one of the questions that just kind of standard in the industry at this point is, like, beyond your initial purchases, how are you monetizing the product? Like, it's kind of something that's expected of you at this point in the industry. So it is something we talked about, but we wanted to keep it pretty uninvasive, pretty mild, pretty tame. We talked a lot about weapon skins. We talked a bit about cosmetics for the players, like being able to customize, like, the gear that you wear on your character, stuff like that. Like, cosmetics are whatever, right? Like, they're not gonna affect the game. But what we didn't want to do was have fucking purchases that were like, oh, you can buy the ability to, like, get a 10% point earned increase permanently as long as you have an active one. You can turn... Shit like that would, like, actually affect how the game played, and that's not something we want. But the game got canceled. It's something that, on the whole, I have kind of thought about making just my own solo go of at a smaller scale and just, like, releasing it for super cheap. Just kind of getting that sort of thing out there. Almost as, like, proof of concept and proof that it works for me. My one hang-up is that there is something very important to that kind of game that I have no fucking idea how to do, technically speaking. And that's AI and enemy design. I have never once even attempted AI or enemy design. So that would be something I would have to learn. And that would be a pretty big thing to learn. Saying that I've never attempted it is a lie. I had to do it in school for, like, certain classes and shit. What I mean is that I've never attempted to make that for, like, a side project, or I never did anything like that for the game. So it is a skill set I would have to learn, even though I've learned, like, the very base technical, like, you know, how to make an enemy detect where the player is, like, that sort of, like, incredibly basic level stuff. It's a lot of it's a massive skill set, and I would have to learn, like, and it's the one thing that has held me back up to this point. You're not very good at this. You guys got me talking about other shit. What do you want from me? You sidetracked me intentionally, and you got more than you bargained for, and you didn't stop me for some reason. Anyway, I'm gonna go because brain fried after all that. I can't maintain that level of brain power for too long, along with trying to actually play Elden Ring. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you are new around here and you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a sub. Come back another time. We still have a ways to go, just going off of the boss list, and since I'm actually getting to the point where, like, it's not just like go here, swing corpse piler, and things die. We're actually on pace after the little housekeeping day of, like, you know, cleaning up Liurnia and Caelid. So feel free to come back for more Elden Ring. I also think I'll do more Soulsborne after Elden Ring. Don't know exactly what it'll look like, but I am planning on it at this point, even if just a little bit. So feel free to come back. Also, on your way out of the stream, if you haven't done so already, feel free to go ahead and leave a like on it. It really helps a lot when it goes and converts into a video, goes to, like, recommended and search and all that stuff. Just that extra boost really helps it get sent out there, so I'd appreciate it. If you're looking for ways to engage with the community off stream, if you go into the bottom of the description, you can find links all down there in a big cluster. Not at the very bottom, but, like, very close to it. You can find things like my Twitter if you want to follow me on there. There's our Discord server that's super active. Active daily at this point. I can confidently say that. I don't know when the last time general chat didn't go off for at least a little bit for like a whole day was. It was probably like 3 months ago or something at this point. It's been a long time since the Discord has like actually been dead. So at this point I can fairly say that it's a daily active Discord server. Anyway, other than that, once again, I hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see all of you guys back here next time, and I hope you have a great rest of your day. Goodbye.